What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, man, at one point in time, everything was going great for Boston. They had acquired Danilo Gallinari after he cleared waivers with the Spurs, after he was involved in that trade with Atlanta Hawks. They acquired Malcolm Brogdon, Boston. They looked like they were primed not just for another finals appearance, but for a championship. But then Gallinari got hurt in Italy. It looked like it was a meniscus tear. Then it turned out to be an ACL rupture. He's going to be out for the entire season. And then came word that Robert Williams suffered an injury. He's going to be out for months, probably until January, maybe February. And then you look at the fact that Al Horford's older, so they're a little bit thin. So it makes sense to get a guy like Blake Griffin. Now, Blake Griffin obviously isn't the same guy that he once was when he was with Lob City in his first year in Detroit, but he still is a capable player. The question is, what Blake Griffin do you get? Do you get the Blake Griffin that we saw prominently in the playoffs in 2021, or do we get the Blake Griffin that we saw increasingly last year, whose shooting just completely evaporated? Last year, Blake Griffin only shot 26% from three, but the year before that, he shot 38% from three. Now, there have been some aspects of Blake Griffin's game that have improved a lot. His passing, his basketball IQ has gotten much better. He's the epitome of a team player. He will sacrifice his body out there for charges, and he plays hard. Sometimes he doesn't play well, but he always plays hard. Last year he just didn't play well enough, and he increasingly slipped out of Coach Steve Nash's rotation. Now you have to wonder, maybe Steve Nash should have kept him in there, maybe he'd have worked through it, and maybe he would have been an asset. Who knows? But he's no longer with the Nets. He's now with the Boston Celtics. A one-year deal. Don't know exactly the dollar amount, but he should be a stabilizing force out there. He's a veteran presence, and hopefully another role that he could play is that of stabilizing the locker room. You know, obviously there's a lot of shit going on right now with Boston, with the Ime Udoka situation. Blake is a veteran, and I think he's a popular player in the NBA. A lot of these guys that are younger remember Blake Griffin in his earlier years, so he's a popular player, but I think he's a respected player. He doesn't have a championship, but he's a respected guy out there. And, for a long time, Blake Griffin kind of like just disappeared. And you got the impression that Detroit was sapping him of his desire. Then he finally had something to play for again, going to Brooklyn, But now he's on a team with an even higher trajectory, or at least expectations. So Blake Griffin is he's still only 33 years old. He's not 38, 39, but he has a lot more wear and tear on him, but we'll see. I think he'll have a good season. But tell me what you guys think.